Okay, as a start off, we're gonna use this 17 millimeter, and we're gonna yank this tensioner, and we're gonna remove the belt just like that. That's how easy that is. And once you have this belt off, okay, I'm gonna have to manage this with one hand, camera, ratchet, and everything in one hand. Once we have this belt off, we should be able to move forward with the rest of the job. And then we'll do a little bit more diagnostic just by turning the alternator. And let's release this guy. So that's how simple this was. Let's see if I get this off. Alright, so next step here, we're gonna remove this belt completely, because, or you can just spin these. Okay, if you spin these pulleys, you will understand if there's any other noise besides this has gotta go. Okay, this has gotta go. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our light from this side. Right, just turbo angle. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just take off this belt completely, because it's kind of annoying us now. So we just let it sit over here. Spin your tensioner, spin your AC, but most of the noise was coming from right here. There you go. You hear that? So the alternator is definitely bad. So the alternator has 3 bolts all around it, and but we do need to make more space. So let's take off this little guy right here. So these little guys just come off only from one side. If we need to take off the intake, we will do so, but these guys just come right off. And once we have these off, oh, that cracks, we'll put some tape around that. But as this car gets old, things are just brittle. Look at that, we have a lot of space right there, so we should be able to tackle these little bolts and get everything out. So once everything is loose, you do have I would suggest you get this reservoir out of the way. Just dismount it and just push it this way a little bit. That's all you need to do there. And we're gonna take off the connectors and wiring from the back of it. I will show you everything, every step at a time. But anyways, let's just continue. So in the bottom, I took off that cover. It has 8 millimeter bolts, and from the bottom you can see both of the bolts clearly on this alternator. It got this little bracket, so you might have to remove this little 10 millimeter bolt here too, so it gives you more free play, or it might just drop once you remove these two. So I'm going to show you the size. And also I took out the connector from the top. It's very easy. And in the bottom, you know what, let me show you the socket that I was using. And I'm going to get this. Okay, so we was using this special inward torque socket. This is E12. This is what it looked like, and that's what fits onto those bolts right there. So you're not going to see me remove it, but just to show you in top, because it's hard to hold the camera. So right underneath this cover right here, on back of this alternator, if you can see, it's a live wire. You might have to remove, I would recommend you remove the battery cable if you're doing it first time, but I usually like protect it with something, and it's a 12 millimeter or 13 millimeter. Remove that. I usually put glove or tape around it, and that protects it from shorting itself. But anyways, I'm gonna remove everything and then we'll come back. Alternator is definitely coming up, not down. Okay, so this bolt doesn't want to come out. It hits right here, and you're not going to be able to take this out either, because you have to take out the sway bar bushing. This is stripped. So what I used was, this is equivalent to that. I used this 10 millimeter with the survival, and then I was able to get over there, turn that out. I did use a wrench to pre-loosen it, and I had to take out the bolts and the nut on this line so they can move out of the way. But now the problem is this guy doesn't want to come out, but it's hitting the frame. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off the top 2 bolts, drop the alternator down a bit. This will fall out, but make sure you put this in before you put the top bolts in. Okay, so all I need to do is take off that middle center bolt, and it's all good to go. Okay guys, everything is out. The bottom bolt is just hanging. This guy needs to come out, which is going to be trouble. So we're going to just let it go down with our wrench here. Ratchet, wrench, ratchet. Solves the confusion. So if you got some power tools, good idea to turn them out with power tools. So this is like equivalent to 10 millimeter. So right now the alternator load is on it. So as I turn it, it's dropping. The bottom bolt doesn't want to come out. It's just hanging there. But we'll get it out. So what I'll try to do here is I try to hold this alternator up and eliminate the weight of this which is, I'm gonna have to wiggle a bit, but that's all right. That's okay. It doesn't want to come out that easy. So we're only like 10 threads away. So we keep it going manually. Yeah, hopefully I'm able to do this now. Okay, it's a lot of weight. All the weight of the alternator is hanging on that bolt. So we're gonna have to just go all the way out with this. That's how it's gonna be. Falling any moment. So like last thread. Okay, yep. Right, so okay, there you go. The bolt come out. Keep the bolts in order. You never know, they might be different sizes. But look at that bottom bolt. Okay, still doesn't want to come out. I might just let it drop or bring it up with the alternator. Yep, we'll bring it up, and that stupid bracket is coming with it. There it is. So moment of truth. If you can't get this baby up, we're gonna remove the fan, but I think we should have more than enough clearance here. Okay, I guess like another inch would have done it. Okay, we need about an inch more, so it's not gonna work out. This fan is troublesome. Okay, and I don't want to take out, you cannot take out this valve. Is probably going to be jammed in there, because it would be easier for me to remove this valve than okay, let me see the light for a second. Yep, I think I'm going to remove the valve. That's the path we're going to take. Let's give it another temp. You never know. Let's just push this. Yep, and this gotta go. This gotta go. We'll take that off. Okay, guys, so we took out the valve. It has a vacuum line and a big fat vacuum line, and 3 bolts and a gasket stays behind. So make sure that gasket is there. But moment of truth, this alternator, this baby needs to come out. We don't care what anybody think. But right now, this alternator needs to just straight up, gently come out of this Mercedes. And there you have it. And the alternator is out. Anyway, we've got to wait for the new alternator now. But other than that, we're done here. So here's the alternator. There's a whole bunch of numbers back here. If you can read it here, it's 180. Then the second line is 0121 715 014. In the bottom, it says made in Great Britain. And the bottom number is A013 154 5602 806 in circle 908. So the difference I saw between this and another alternator was, you see the backing right here. This is the difference right here. So you got this, and you got this same. So this is the part number we got on this. Remy is the brand. And let me show you the other alternator I got. The other one is 160 amps, I believe. Okay, we'll tell you here, 150 amps. And look at the difference in the back. You see where the wiring go in the back? So this is definitely not gonna fit in there, and we can't switch that wire because that wire just goes cross just right through it. So this is a correct alternator. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the alternator in here, and it should be good to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna guide the alternator in, and we do need to put that one, remember that one bolt needs to go in. So let's not break nothing over here. Let's push this to the back, and slowly and gently this baby can go down there, and make sure none of the wiring gets yanked with it. You don't want that. Okay, and here goes nothing. It's like stuck. Oh god, this plastic is between my tummy and it's pinched to me right in my stomach. Anyways, I got this baby right there. I'm gonna let it sit there. Remember, that little bracket needs to go in. So once I put all the bolts in, I will show you. So I'm gonna put this bracket in this way right now and just let it sit there, and I put the 2 top bolts in, and then I will show you. I need to lock up the 2 bolts here. Then I want to put this one in here, and then I want to put the valve here. Valve has 3 bolts. This is the valve that I took out. We'll put the belt in, and then we'll start this baby up, and let's see how it goes. But other than that, we're all done. It's in there. There it is in this baby. We got the alternator in this baby. We're ready to go. We're gonna crank this baby up to see if it got any noise. Anyway, guys, moment of truth is right here. Routing is all correct. Other than that, you're good to go. See you guys on the next one.